promoting your product. It was very wonderful. Well done. It was well organized.
Wonderful experience for all young entrepreneurs. We had a great time. It was a great crowd that came in. And we'll definitely
This year was amazing. Zoe did very, very well. I'm very proud of her. She actually did everything on her own too. So this year was a wonderful experience.
Malik's First Job Podcast, here to answer any questions that y'all ask. Financial literacy and resources. Parents and young people becoming bosses. CEOs, future leaders, entrepreneurs. Conferences and boardrooms getting sponsors secured. If you want generational wealth, Brooklyn's own Kerwin Phillip with information to help. Malik's First Job Podcast. Malik's Podcast. Brooklyn's own Kerwin Phillip. Kerwin Phillip. Malik's First Job Podcast. Brooklyn's own Kerwin Phillip. Generational wealth.
Greetings, everyone. How you doing? This is another episode of the Malik's First Job Podcast, and I'm your host, Kerwin Phillip. And we know this is the podcast where we speak about leadership, entrepreneurship, and financial literacy. Now, this time of the year is when we get ready for a great event in the Richmond area. It's the Richmond Children's Business Fair, which is the biggest youth entrepreneurship expo in Central Virginia. This is an event that brings youth entrepreneurs throughout the region to one area where they get a chance to promote their products and services to the general public. And today I have the pleasure of another youth entrepreneur that's going to share her story with us today. And we have Ahkira Haskins of Ahkirations. Now, she was on our podcast before where she spoke about her business, and she returns today to tell us more about how she's grown over the years and her future endeavors. So let's go ahead and welcome Ahkira Haskins. How are you doing today?
good.
Good. So you was on the podcast last year, right? And for those people who didn't catch the episode before, tell them about who you are and your business.
My name's Ahkira. I'm the owner of Ahkirations, and I make clothing.
Okay. Now, what type of clothing do you make?
Reverse tie-dye clothing. So I bleach the clothing in designs.
Okay. Now, how did you come up with that idea?
I really like fashion, so I was like, let me make my own fashion. So that's what I decided to do.
Okay. So you bleach the clothing, and then I guess you have to like wrap it up and tie it up first, and then throw it in the washer. What's the process for creating reverse tie-dye clothing?
So if you like ever heard of henna, it's kind of like that, but it's like you do it with bleach, and then you wash it, dry it, and then you have a whole design. So like with this, I did that like on I don't know if you can see it, but it like design it. Hold on, wait. So you see it? Mm-hmm. You do it with a bottle, and you wash it, dry it, and then you have your design.
Okay. Now, how long have you had this business?
Since I was like 8 years old. I've had it for like a long time.
Okay. And what's your favorite part about having a business or having this particular business?
Seeing people being satisfied with my product and just like seeing them be happy with the stuff that I made, that I know I put time and work into. So I think that's the best part.
Okay. And what's the hardest part about being in business?
Like, what's the hardest part been? Like, quarantine. That was the hardest part for my business. I won't make it no profit, no nothing. I just had a whole bunch of products that I was making, and it was very hard to keep them fresh for the next business fair I went to. So I say quarantine was the hardest part.
Oh wow! So how did you overcome, the whole pandemic situation?
Selling products to family members, telling family members to tell their family members to mention my product in their social media posts, word to mouth, stuff like that.
Okay. So what would you say, like, with your experience, I guess you've been in business for about 5 years. What is like the biggest lesson that you've learned throughout this whole process?
Being patient, and just considering like ideas, like just having an open mind towards different ideas I can do to help my business grow.
Okay. And how do you come up with new ideas? Like, new designs, new patterns? Like, what's your source?
Sometimes I usually go on like Instagram and I like see if I can find like different designs I want to do, different ideas. Like when I was making bracelets, I would look up how to make different kinds of bracelets. So that's how I get different ideas. It's all across social media.
Okay. And who would you say is like your biggest inspiration in your business?
I don't know if I have like an inspiration besides like my mom, seeing how far she goes and stuff to do things for her family, and my dad at the same time too, just seeing how far they would go for the stuff and things that they love.
Okay. Now, are your parents creative as well?
Very creative. Very creative. That's where I get my creativity from.
Like, do they draw anything like that or paint?
My dad can draw really good. My mom, when she was younger and stuff, she used to like do a lot of stuff with her hands. So she the one that got me into like making bracelets and stuff. So
that's nice. So what would you say like to like a young entrepreneur that wants to get started in business but is kind of scared? Like, what advice would you give them?
Just be positive about it. Don't have no negative thoughts against yourself. The sky is the limit. That's what I would say. Just be creative with your stuff. Do what you love and have fun with it.
Okay. That's some great advice. And now, how did you manage, I guess, like, with having a business, schoolwork, and everything else like that? How do you balance all that time?
I have to wake up very early to do my schoolwork. That way I can have time to like design the clothing, wash it, dry it, fold it, iron it, just do a whole bunch of steps to put it in the business bag.
Okay. Now, how long does it take? Like, let's say for like, if you're doing like a sweater, like for example, the sweater that you have on right now, or the shirt you have on right now, from start to finish, how long is that entire process?
Like 2 hours. Like,
okay.
Takes a very long time, especially like when you have to, cause they can't be put in the dryer. You have to like sit them out and air dry them. So it just takes a very long time.
Okay. Now, do you have any other designs you could show us today?
Yeah, I have to go get them. You don't
That's fine.
I am back. So
okay.
I got this shirt here. I don't know if you can see that shirt. Okay. And I have this shirt too. Oh, you can't focus. All right, that shirt.
There it is. Okay.
So these are two shirts I will be selling at the business fair.
Okay. Now let me ask you, so what is your favorite part about participating in the business fair?
Seeing a whole bunch of other entrepreneurs like around my age and younger. It's just so motivating. Like, I'm not the only one doing it, so it's fun doing it.
That's
and
great.
Just seeing other people enjoy what they do.
Okay. Now, what's next for Ahkirations? Like, where do you see yourself taking this particular business?
I don't know. That's kind of a hard question. Like, I have so many ideas, but at the same time, I don't know if that's actually what I want to do.
Okay. Okay. So can you share one of the ideas that you have?
Start designing a lot more adult clothing.
Okay.
And like elderly clothing too. Just making things for all ages. Because right now I'm just focusing on kids.
Okay.
So I say that's one of my ideas, to go farther with the age.
Right.
And also make baby stuff too. I didn't think about that. Make baby clothing.
Yeah, that's I think that's a very lucrative market right there. Designing baby clothes. So
everybody loves baby clothes.
Yeah, definitely. So for people that want to follow you online, where can they find you?
At Ahkirations on Instagram and Ahkirations on Facebook.
Okay. Yeah, so be sure to follow Ahkira Haskins at Ahkirations on Facebook and Instagram. Right, she has a lot of her designs of on the website, not the website, that's on the social media pages. I saw one with you and your brother. You had like this black and brown.
Yeah. Outfit, Yeah, I had to design that for him. Like I designed a whole outfit.
Yeah, go to their social media and look at the black and brown outfit that her and her brothers are rocking. Those are pretty dope.
Yes, and also I have color shirts coming soon too.
Okay, so definitely stay tuned. Right, go to her Instagram and her Facebook and follow her and stay abreast of what she got going on. So, any closing words you want to say before we wrap up today?
Be positive, be happy, just smile.
Okay, great. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me today.
You're very welcome.
Right. Okay, great. And thank you all for joining us on this episode of Malik's First Job Podcast, where we talk about leadership, entrepreneurship, and financial literacy. And we'll see you all next week. Peace.
Generational wealth.